Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my guide to buying bookish things for Christmas. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So I kind of rated these things from really easy to kind of a little more difficult. So hopefully this will help you. I know it's getting a little late in the game with all these things going on, but it's kind of also like you're probably last minute shopping because you've been procrastinating on what to buy. Your best friend or your special someone or your sister or daughter with a book and you're not sure. So I'm just going to go right into it. So from the easiest, I'm going to have to say probably like a gift card from Barnes & Noble. They're not very personal, if I'm being, like, not even being honest. Like, they'll probably, your bookish person will probably more than likely enjoy it. I enjoy gift cards, but they're not very personal. They're really easy to go ahead and buy. I would suggest this if maybe like you're buying for a coworker who likes to read and you don't know what their favorite books are. But yeah, the next thing is like a bookmark. You can buy these from Barnes & Noble, from Walmart, Target, online at Etsy. They're very simple, very safe, because every book lover needs a bookmark, and they're they're really practical too. You'll know these books will get a lot of use out of them. You'll know that they will love them, especially if they're themed for characters. So there's that. The next thing are probably bookish goodies, so like socks, quotes, like quote little things, like I don't know how to say it, like those little frames with quotes on them from their favorite books, or like little notebooks with quotes on them. Articles of clothing like t-shirts, sweaters, jeans, jewelry maybe, posters, cards if you can get those, candles. Like I have a Stefan Salvatore sent a candle from a friend of mine a couple years ago that I still use, and it's just sitting there on my desk right now staring at me. So those are kind of some things that are a little more like, this is like, I say about medium hardness, because like I'm sure you've heard your favorite, like your person talk about their favorite characters, their favorite books. So it shouldn't be hard for you to like Google like A Court of Thorn and Roses bookish merch on like Etsy, on Amazon, Redbubble, Society6, all that fun stuff, and you can probably find something that's like that'll fit them and make sure they like it, especially since it's like if it's based off their favorite book or their favorite character, you are basically like done in a sense, like you have won. The next thing are probably like Funko Pops. Like I probably should have pulled mine out from the closet, but I'm not going to do that. But there's a lot of bookish Funko Pops out there, or even like Disney themed Funko Pops. You can they're really easy to go ahead. You can find them in Hot Topic, Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble, some game stores if you have any of those. Let's see what else. And like I said, you've probably heard your favorite your person talk about their favorite characters from books, and I'm sure you can probably like Google like Funko Pops of blank, or you can just go on the Funko Pop website and see what they have. There's like Harry Potter ones. There's Harry Potter ones. There's a lot more than that, but that's the only thing that's coming to mind. There's some Wonder Woman ones because there's a Wonder Woman book out. There's even like non-bookish things there for Funko Pop wise. So I would suggest to just go ahead and have at it. You know what your friend or your loved one likes, and if you want to get them a Funko Pop, which is really simple, really cute, and it's like a cute little reminder of the books that they love, I would suggest to go ahead and do that. Now we're kind of moving on to things that are like you could probably use while they're reading. This is a little more trickier, a little harder. It's a little more personal, because you have to like know the person, so you can't like buy this for like a coworker you just met or a friend you just met. Definitely not for Secret Santa. But you can go ahead, like some mugs that you like. Maybe you can get them like an owl-shaped mug or a bookish kind of themed mug. You can get them some their favorite kind of tea, their favorite kind of hot cocoa. If it's not like, if you want to go on the pricier side, you can get them a blanket, so that way they can just kind of wrap themselves around as they're reading. Why do I keep knocking into that? Or like a book light, because every reader loves to read late. We all know this. Or maybe even some snacks. Like you could get them like a little tin of snacks. There's a lot of like fun cookie stuff you can buy now. Lots of popcorn. I know a lot of people like popcorn. I like popcorn. So we're getting into the harder things now, and I'm going to have to say that you could do, if you don't want to spend too much money on them, because I understand buying like all these things for a bookish person is a lot of money. I spend a lot of money on myself buying books just in general. Now you can always do like a weird coupon kind of idea. So like one coupon for like a trip to the bookstore and let them sit there for a few hours. One free book during one day. They give you the coupon. They have the entire day to talk about their favorite character for days on end. That kind of stuff. It's really kind of more thoughtful, and you definitely put more thought into making it and kind of catering it to your person and to the person you're buying it for. But I think that like if I got that, I would enjoy it very well, because I always feel like none of my friends or like super close friends read the same things that I do, so I can't talk about it very much with them. I just kind of have to suffer in silence and go on Tumblr and share all my thoughts on Tumblr. So I think it'd be really interesting if you want to go ahead and do that and give them that like, hey, I know I don't like this, like I'm not interested in the same things you are, but I'm willing to go ahead and let you listen to it and let you enjoy it and just like let you have the time of your life, and I will give you a coupon for it, so that way we have like a nice little middleman of like, you're not bugging me. Oh, please don't tell your person you're bugging them. They're bugging you. It's really bad. But like, you know, just it's just something fun for you to do, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. The last thing I think is probably the hardest, and that's buying them an actual book, because I think this is very personal. It's really tough, because if you don't know the person very well, you'll end up buying them a book that they don't like, and that's not, or like they won't be interested in. That's not a fun feeling to like give someone something that you like thought about and you enjoyed, and they rip it open, they're like, oh, thanks. Like, I'm sure they'll probably still try to read the book, but if it's like not on their radar in the first place, it might be a little hard for them to get into, or hard for them to like really kind of enjoy the book. So I would say just to, like, it requires a lot of research on the person. If you're not a reader yourself, you can't be like, oh, I think you like this book, let me just introduce it to you and give it to you, because I feel like that's an easier way. Like, bookish people tend to trust one another's opinions on books. But I would say if you don't know what they are, what kind of books they like, definitely don't sit there and go, oh, what book do you want? Because that's a little like annoying. I feel like I'm annoying people when people ask me what book I like, because I have such a variety that I want to go to. You can always ask them like, hey, what books haven't you read, or what books are you looking forward to reading, or like all that stuff. You could pre-order them a book, or even like if they have a Goodreads account, you can go on their Goodreads account and like it should say like if they like this, they should like that kind of stuff. Or you can go on BookTube. There's a lot of people who make if you like this, then you like this kind of books. And if you know that this booktuber has a tendency to read your person's favorite kind of books, they'll probably have a video of that. And they'll have like some suggestions that I'm sure your bookish person will enjoy. But yeah, buying a book for someone is probably the most nerve-wracking thing in the world, because you never know if they're going to like it. And if they don't, then they're probably they're too nice to tell you that they don't like it, and they'll just like let it sit there in their bookshelf until like they get the chance to read it, or they finally just kind of give up and decide not to read it, which I hope won't be the case. But I'm sure like as long as you know the person well enough and you do the research on the kind of books they read, they will enjoy the book. But that is it for this guide. It's a really short guide. I wanted to make it a little longer, but I didn't want you to overflood anyone with information, if that makes sense. I wanted to keep it simple and straight and to the point, just because Christmas is coming up and you still haven't bought your presents if you're watching this video. So I'm just going to jump to that safe assumption that maybe you need some ideas, and these will probably be some really nice ideas to get you through the day and get that present underneath the tree and a smile on your book lover's face. But if you guys have any more suggestions for bookish things, leave them down below. I'm sure other people would love to hear them. Other than that, just hit like if you like seeing more videos like this. Subscribe. I try to upload every Saturday and Tuesday. And other than that, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.